deep-throating their foot in your mouth. The lion is not gonna amount to anything either, but at least the lion's gonna jack his shit. He's gonna get crazy dopamine. I'm not depressed, I'm just a f***ing goat. If I'm paralyzed, just unplug my life support and charge your phone with it. Let's just pin heroin. What is going on, guys? That's right, you read the title. Today, I'm becoming a philosopher. If you think about it, what do most unemployed people do? They don't do anything. And when you don't do anything, that gives you a lot of room for becoming some kind of super genius, philosophical mastermind, you know? You might not know this, but in the last video I posted, I found out that I'm not actually very intelligent, which is pretty humbling. E in economics. Maybe I just dedicated my intelligence to the wrong field. Lena, Paul, Lexi, Luna, Lana. But I mean, I didn't think I was actually like fucking stupid, but I am kind of stupid. So that's okay. We don't need to be intelligent. Look at the most successful people in the world. The most notable, successful people in the world. On paper, they're kind of fucking stupid, right? I mean, look at like Travis Scott. Who wouldn't want to be Travis Scott, okay? I would want to be Travis Scott. And that dude just smokes weed all day. If you want to make friends, you don't need to be smart. If you want to be successful, you don't need to be smart. If you just output as much shit as possible over a certain period of time, you're just gonna win. And like, I think that is how studying works, because if you actually like learn and then you keep learning, then you're gonna actually know the content. But quite frankly, my brain power should be reserved for more important things, like becoming a philosopher. I'm gonna be honest, I'm actually pretty scared. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna move out when I turn 18 and I'm gonna like move to Thailand or some shit because the GDP conversion's really good. I don't think I'd crack a ladyboy, but I mean, I don't think I would crack a ladyboy, but it's kind of like the thing where if you go to Thailand, like you kind of do have to crack a ladyboy at some point, I feel like. It's the equivalent of going to like Hawaii and not sipping a straw out of coconut, you know? But yeah, as of recently, I've really been reflecting on a lot of shit. I know everything isn't short-term gratification, you know? Maybe that's just the porn brain speaking, but even in the long term, what value am I getting out in A-level? You know what an A-level leads to? It leads to good uni. You know what good uni leads to? Good employee. You know what good employee leads to? Being a wage slave and then dying with nothing left behind. Like, I would gladly jerk my shit on camera if it makes me a couple bags. I feel like selling pictures of your penis online has like crazy return on investment, because you know, if you're intending on doing any form of like social media shit and you send a dick pic, like there's a chance that shit just gets leaked and you're not even gonna get money off that. People are just gonna see your penis and then that's gonna be your legacy and you had no say in that. So you know, maybe it is worth just leaking my shit, so just in case that ever comes out, people are like, whatever. But on a real note, I'm really not concerned about like continuing my lineage too much. Everybody is obsessed with this idea of like not letting their bloodline die out. Let's be so for real. If me and you didn't repopulate this earth, the earth is not losing jack shit, right? We just want to feel good about ourselves. And a lot of people just pop a baby out their pussy, right? They bring a dude into this planet and you have a look at the family situation, right? You're living paycheck to paycheck. You're working your entire fucking life. You know, maybe the return on investment of selling dick pics probably would have been better for your family. Did you consider that? And you know, one thing I've noticed, when people actually start taking action, right? Every single person around you just suddenly becomes some kind of virtuous, like, deity that just is all-knowing and knows everything in the fucking universe. They're always on some moral high ground, and it's like, let's be so for real. If you just, like, despawned like that, the planet would not lose anything. Society doesn't give a fuck about you, respectfully, and that's why I think political shit is really retarded, you know? I'm better than you because I care about the kids in Africa. What the fuck are you doing for the kids in Africa? You haven't done anything. Your singular vote doesn't mean anything. And we don't have to do anything. But why are you dedicating your life to that? I'm not saying politics doesn't affect everybody. Somebody left a comment like that. It definitely does, okay? But the fact is, I'm never gonna have any impact on that shit. You know, honestly, just do whatever the fuck you want. We're not living any significant lives, okay? Let's be so honest. We're gonna die. Nobody's gonna remember us. We're not gonna have had an impact on anyone, okay? Let's just pin heroin. Eat whatever you want, do whatever activities you want. It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of life, okay? As soon as I started actually just doing whatever I wanted, like, life kind of just started getting a little bit better. And the only reason it didn't get better was because there were people around me telling me it wasn't a good idea. And you know what I say to that? The lion is not concerned of the thought process of sheep that are gonna die in 60 years and not amount to anything, okay? The lion is not gonna amount to anything either, but at least the lion's gonna jack his shit, you're just gonna get crazy dopamine. If you feel like you're behind in life, you probably are behind in life. You know, this concept of like introverts and extroverts and shit is like insanely retarded. Like, I would consider myself pretty introverted, but I'm fully conscious for the most part that's cope. Like, I genuinely don't really like talking to people, but if we actually analyze whatever the fuck an introvert is, like, you might think that you don't like people, but that's just because you're not getting really good return on investment from leaving your house. If you left your house and people just started like throwing ass in front of you and they just started like deep throwing their foot in your mouth, maybe you'd leave the house more often. I could fully debunk why digital footprint's not even real. Maybe I'm just desensitized because, like, at the end of the day, I'm hopeless. I'm fuck. But when nothing matters, that's actually kind of sick because, like, you're willing to take more risk. You're willing to do more than people because everybody's scared. Everybody's scared because all these thoughts in their head. It's not actually gonna happen, okay? If you get rejected from a uni because you talked about jerking off, the university doesn't deserve you in the first place, you know? My thought process, as long as you're fully authentic with who you are online, like, you can't actually go wrong because the people that are gonna hate you for your digital footprint, they weren't gonna fuck with you in the first place. So why the fuck does it matter, okay? If you don't want me when I'm at my lowest chud, you don't deserve me when I'm the fucking GOAT, because I'm gonna become the GOAT, because I'm saying I'm becoming the GOAT on camera. And when you say you're the GOAT on camera, you actually have to fulfill that, because if you don't become the GOAT, everybody's gonna call you a loser. But like, other people's validation doesn't really mean anything, to be honest. Most people fearmonger you from doing the shit you want, which is valid because they haven't seen it work for anybody else, but you're gonna be the exception. When the statistics are low, it's your job to prove them wrong, because what other option is there? Just fucking wallow. Is wallow even a fucking word? I don't know if people are like stupid or something, but everybody promotes this idea to be your authentic self, and then God forbid your authentic self is someone they disagree with, in which case, fuck your authentic self, and I hate you, and you're stupid, and you'll never do anything, which is okay, because we don't need to do anything. I could be homeless and I could die on the street tomorrow. It doesn't change anything. Not that deep. Nothing is that deep. Longevity in your life is not deep, okay? If someone wants to blast steroids, okay, your longevity of life does not determine your quality of life. I know people that are 80 years old and they've never done anything. You were the Fortnite equivalent of a roaming NPC for like 5 chapters. It's 2025. Am I seriously considering the advice of a Fortnite NPC, bro? I want to talk to Donald Mustard, bro. That dude might have some wisdom. But at the same time, is anybody's advice really valid? Because if you think about it, we've all got different worldviews, right? We've all got different perspectives. We've all got different levels of introspect. Okay? Even now, when you look at me and I seem retarded because I'm fucking my footprint, like, there is an inherent interest for me, you know? I could be making money off that, and I hopefully will be, otherwise I'm just fucked, quite frankly. And that's why I don't think anybody's advice is that useful. I mean, look at all these, like, mental masturbation, like, philosophy channels on YouTube and shit. They're giving advice. I'm not giving advice, by the way. I'm not giving any advice. I'm just spewing thoughts, because I don't have anything else to do other than be some kind of courtyard jester. And I like jerking my penis, so I'm gonna keep talking about that. Everybody's got a different POV, you know? There were different events in everybody's life. Everybody looks different. Type philosophy, and you'll find like a bunch of internet gurus just spewing out random like secondhand shit. I can almost guarantee you they're like somewhat conventionally attractive. Their perspective on life is gonna be completely different to yours, you know? And like, that's a whole thing with social media. A lot of it isn't actually like anything worth consuming. I mean, even right now, I'm not some fucking chatted out dude, right? But I could be a lot worse off. And if I was a lot worse off, my results on social media would be completely different. I mean, we're almost at 20K. Almost at 20K, and I got that from what? Ranking disabilities and jerking off. Woo woo. Up to the age of 17, I didn't execute my free will at all. And I mean, on paper, to most people, like, I was in a bad position, right? I had good grades, I had whatever. Like, I wasn't actually retarded. It's only once I stopped doing anything education-wise, I became fully retarded. Like, my GCSE results weren't even bad, bro. I was a sleeper super genius, but then it all went to shit once I started becoming insanely passionate about jerking off. But I mean, I've got more dopamine from YouTube notifications, so we're up there now. We're we're progressing towards something. I don't know what the fuck I'm progressing towards. You know, maybe the pursuit is better than the destination, you know? Maybe you're living in the good old days right now. Actually, no, we're not. We're not living in the good old days, if we're being honest. Right now, everything sucks. But it's fine, you know, despite social media showing us the winners. For every winner, there's probably at least like 1 billion losers or some shit, you know. Most people are living paycheck to paycheck. Most people haven't done any really cool things. Most people haven't done anything, which is fucking sad. Don't settle for shit. You only live once. A lot of things are really good about modern times. Like, I mean, we got Pornhub. Like, I'm never going back. Everybody says they're born in the wrong generation. I would be a pretty fucking tough sensei. That's all I'm gonna say. I would be the toughest Shaolin monk samurai in existence if I was born a while ago. Actually, no, sex bots are on the rise. You're not born in the wrong generation. They're coming, and I'm coming in a sec. Yeah, the game's fucking gone. And that's another thing I've noticed. Everybody just keeps diagnosing each other with shit we don't need to diagnose each other with. I'm not dismissing some of these diagnoses, right? I mean, there are definitely some autistic people in this world. But all I'm saying is, like, what benefit does that add? I've been called retarded so many times, and, like, I'm still not retarded yet. I've been told I'm fucking autistic. My parents said I'm depressed, and, like, look at me. Look at my wrists. They're fucking clean. I'm still here. I'm still around. I'm not depressed. I'm just a fucking go. You can bless me with whatever disability you want, except like don't make me a paraplegic. If I'm paralyzed, just unplug my life support and charge your phone with it. And everybody's calling each other neurodivergent, like you got ADHD, whatever. That might be true, like the rate of retardation is definitely going up, but it's like, what benefit is there for you calling me autistic? Now the government's just gonna deep throat some fucking pills in my mouth, and then we'll never be able to escape the system because we'll be too powerful, and the government's just gonna keep shoving pills down our throat, and then they're gonna keep surveillance on us, and then they're gonna keep the greatest minds locked up. And you know, this might be a hot take, but I think 99% of life is just pure placebo effect. If you grow up getting told you're autistic, you're probably going to become autistic because your powerful fucking brain gaslit you into believing you're autistic. This is why I actually don't believe in depression, because like, someone looks like a prostitute and they smell like a prostitute and they look like a prostitute, they're probably a prostitute. You're only on this planet for like 80 years, probably a lot less if you actually want to live and have fun. So the lion doesn't concern himself with dying because the lion blinks and he's dead, so it didn't even matter. He's not even gonna remember it. Sheep are probably pretty fucking retarded, which sums up most people, including me. I'm a sheep right now, but we're gonna become the lion, so we're gonna become fucking goated, and then we're not gonna be a sheep, and then we're gonna inspire the sheep to become lions, because that, like, mental masturbation, pretty fulfilling, I've heard. You know, that, I think that is the reason people make philosophy shit. It kind of just gets people to, like, validate their thoughts. Why are we even living in a world with fucking taxes, by the way? We should be trading fucking cows, drinking buzzball, and, like, smoking weed or some shit. Like, take down the fucking actually, no, don't. Keep the Pornhub servers active, take down everything else, and we'll just live in like grassy lands and just be chill with each other, you know? I'm white. You might also be white. You could be Asian. You could be Latino. You could be Mexican. You could be a dwarf. I don't give a fuck about you. Let's just love each other. Let's just kiss and make out. What the fuck else do we do?